Hi everyone, it's Donna from Spaceman Paper Crafts, and I'm back with another design team video today for the lovely Gareth at Create at Home with G. And in this video I'm going to show you how to make a very easy shadow box card. As you can see, it sort of folds flat. You can see that, and then it just stands, stands like so. And then I've put an image in the back. I mean, you can put anything in here. You can do stamping, you can put your sentiment, you can do anything you want in here. Now this one is a small one. This one fits into, let's see, I think this one will fit into an A2 size envelope. Let's just double check. Yeah, that one will fit in an A2 size envelope. So at the end I'll give you the measurement for this one, but I want to make a larger one, and this image here and the one that I'm using for the next one are all from a Honky Dory collection called Twilight Kingdom, I think. So I'm going to be using some nesting dies from Gareth's store, a stamp set and some tools. So I'll show you the nesting dies I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the square ones. Now I've also got these decorative ones and the oval ones, which would be great for this size of card, but I want something a bit bigger. The opening on the bigger card is going to look smaller than this, but it's going to be the same size die, and the image at the back is going to be cut at a similar size as well. But I'll show you how to do the bigger one. So pop that to one side. So I've got my die out. This is the larger square from the stitched square nesting dies from Gareth's store, and I've got two pieces of cardstock that measure 6 by 6. So this will fit in a 6 by 6 envelope then when we're done. So I'm going to bring in a little scoreboard and my scoring stylus from Gareth's store as well. So you just pop your pieces of cardstock in your scoreboard, and you score in two places. You score at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch, and just turn it round and do exactly the same, 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and then you do the same thing again on the other piece of cardstock, 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and 1/2 inch and 1 inch again. Okay, so these are available from Gareth's store, these little wooden styluses, which are brilliant, very sturdy, and very reasonably priced, so I do urge you to go and check that out as well. I'm also going to use my bone folder to crease up. Now I'm not going to crease the top layer just yet. I'm just going to crease the bottom layer. So just again with the bone folder, these bone folders are available also from Gareth's store. So we're going to fold that way, then we're going to fold back on ourselves, so it gives you that little shape. So as you fold and burnish, so you fold the first one and you pull the second one back and burnish that. So again on this side, fold it over, burnish, and fold it back on itself and burnish. Okay, so this is going to be the back panel. Okay, so now you need to decide what image you're going to use. I'm going to use this beautiful unicorn image, and I'm going to measure the width, because obviously the height is not going to be an issue, but I want to get this sort of quite central. Now you can either put it central and mark it with pencil and then cut that way, which I think I might actually do. But before I do that, I want to cut out my top piece. So you take your die and you line it up as close to the middle as you can. You know, don't worry if it's not 100%, as close to it as you can. I'm just going to use some post-it tape just to stick that down. And then I'm just going to bring in my die cut machine. I'm not going to bring the whole thing in because it's a big one. Okay, and so what you want to do is you want to put that die in the centre, in between these two score lines here. So they're the 1-inch score lines on your page, okay? So in that goes, and I'm just going to run that through. So now we've got our panel cut out, I'm just going to carefully remove this tape. These dies are excellent, they just cut so clear and so crisp, it's lovely. So don't throw the centrepiece away, because that's a little stitched square there, which is lovely for, you know, a sentiment for another card or something like that, so keep hold of that. So straight away I've noticed on mine that the bottom, well, as I took it out, the top was wider, but that's fine, because the bottom, I'm going to turn it around and make it the bottom, and I'm going to pop a sentiment on there as well. So I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to be using a stamp set also available from Gareth's store. This is the Wild and Free stamp set, and I think because of the unicorn, I think I'm going to stamp this one. All good things are wild and free. And then just get a stamp block ready. I'm going to do some embossing with white embossing powder, so I just want to get my little embossing tool out. Just go over that, and then my Versamark ink. So I'm just going to stamp this at an angle at the bottom, and then I've got my white, this is fine detail white embossing powder, and I'm just going to pop that on there. So I'm just going to go and heat this up, and I'll be right back. Okay, that is now heat set, and I'm just going to get some kitchen roll and just remove the excess, the excess powder. Okay, and now we're going to fold these ones. Again, exactly the same as we did the back layer. So you fold over your first one, fold back the second. Again, the other side, fold over your first, burnish, and then fold back your second and burnish. Okay, so I've still got a little bit of powder on there, so that's going to be the front of our shadow box card. So now what we need to do is figure out where we want our image. So I think as long as, if I just mark here and here, and as long as that bit is within the frame, so I'm going to get my trimmer. I'll give you the measurements for this once I cut it. See how that looks there. Yeah, that looks fine. So this centerpiece and this, now if you're stamping, you could stamp on this piece, you could put in a white piece. If you wanted to put in a white piece, the size panel you would need would be, to give you an 1/8 of an inch, would be 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. Because it's 4 by 6 this way. So take a 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch off and you'll be just fine. Okay, now to put it all together. So first thing I'm going to do is stick my panel onto the back. I'm just going to use a very thin layer of art glitter glue for this. Just barely brush it over, and then we need to just make sure that the right amount is going to be visible. Sorry, I've just had to pull that away. There we go. Whoops. And then just stick that down. Now you can use glue again to do the sides, but I like to use score tape. So let me just trim off the edge there. So on the back panel, okay, and on the first section we need to put our tape. Okay, so if I lie it down flat you can see where I'm putting the tape, and then just trim that off, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side, and trim that off, and then get the bone folder and just burnish that score tape down. Okay, so now what we need to do is, on the first side we're going to stick this down, but I'm just going to pull a little bit of the score tape because this score tape is very strong, and once it's stuck, it's stuck. So I'm just going to line up the corner, edge to edge, and once I've got that in the right position, I'm just going to then pull out my tape. And then exactly the same thing on the other side. Just to make sure. And then just remove the tape. And then just to reinforce that, we're going to give it another burnish. So we're going to fold the bits in and burnish that, make sure everything is straight, and then again the same on this side. I'm just going to give it another wipe over because I've still got some of the white powder on, and there is your shadow box card. So this is the little one that we did. Now the measurements for this one, okay, you need 2 pieces of cardstock again, and they need to be 5.5 by 4.25. Again, your score marks are the same, 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay, and you do everything else the same. The centre panel for this one, which covers the whole back, is 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, if you want it to cover the whole back. So this is the larger one, and then this is the smaller one. So you can obviously decorate it with, you know, more if you wanted to, with washi or gems or, you know, anything that you wanted to bling it up. So there you go, guys. That's my design team project for Gareth at Create at Home with G. Remember all the things that I've used, as in the stamp set, the bone folder, the stylus, and the dies are all available from Gareth's store, and I'll leave that link in the description bar below for you. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.